Dylan from the future here. I'm recording this after the video was finished. So, I set up a P.O. box so that way you guys can send some stuff to me. I saw some interest in it, but if you want to send me something, you don't have to feel obligated to do it. If you want to send me a letter, sticker, something, just, you know, anything you want to tell me, send me a letter. The address will be right here on the screen right now, and then I'll also put a tab in the description, that way you can find it easily. Send me something if you know, whatever you want. I appreciate you. I want to talk to you, and I think it's a cool way to get to know you guys. I'm thinking about doing a monthly or bi-weekly mail time, just something like that, just show what you guys have sent me. So now that that's out of the way, let's get on with the video. In today's video, we are going to do a lot of extensive work to the charger. As you can tell in this last few videos, we've been building up to start tearing down the suspension on the front, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to start with disassembling our tie rods, getting the center link out, then we'll start building back up with what we have. So let's get started. So removing the center link from the tie rod ends and everything looked easy on camera, but I'll tell you what, I struggled for about an hour trying to break that thing loose. The pickle fork really helped. That was a whole lot easier. I didn't find it until maybe like the last second, and that really just undid everything. But as you can see, we have our sway bar unbolted. I'm not going to undo it from right here just yet until I'm ready to do that, because it's not in my way or anything. I'm not going to undo the lower control arms just yet. I want to take the center link and go ahead and bolt some new parts to it. He's excited about our new parts. As you saw in a previous video, we took and unboxed all of our suspension parts here. So here is our new idler arm. So go ahead and unpack this. Also, as you just saw, I've cleaned up my center link here. You can see a little better, but that's the only non-new part for the drag link that's going back in the car. So as you can see here, it's painted. I was actually surprised. I did not expect this to come painted, but that's pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and bolt this thing on. As you can see, it comes with all new hardware, brand new castle nuts, all those ones that I took off I don't have to worry about anymore. And it came with a cotter pin too. I'm going to put that aside for right now because I don't want to use it just yet until I actually tighten everything down. So there's our first piece in the puzzle. One idler arm. Now it didn't come with the new bolt that bolts the cross member, so I will take the original one, clean it up, and then add it to it. And we're back with our original bolt here. As you can see, I've cleaned it up, and there's the old nut that is clean as well. So drop that through just to keep up with it. I will have to get a new cotter pin, which I have some, so that would be an issue. But just for keeping up with everything, that way I can throw the old idler arm away and not have to keep up with it anymore. So there's our first piece. Let's start with the rest of it. So here we have new sleeves for the tie rods, including inner and outers. I'm not going to get it just perfect right now. I did save the other inner and outer tie rods. That way I can get the alignment pretty close. But all I'm going to do is just thread it on together so that way I can bolt it on. And then we will fix it when we get to that point. And just like our idler arm, it comes with a new castle nut, all brand new hardware. Like I said, I'm just going to set it in there. That way I can make it work later. Okay, there's one side done. Let me scoot it over here. That's it. One side. Like I said, I need to tighten these up when I get the adjustment properly set, but you get the idea. That looks really cool. I like that. All brand new. And just like the other side, it's as simple as taking the castle nut off, dropping it into the center link here, and tightening up our bolt, which I'm not going to do, like I mentioned, just because I want to keep it all loose for whenever I install it in the car, make it easier on myself. And just like that, we have a completely installed drag link minus the pitman arm. The pitman arm I'm going to replace. It didn't come with one in this kit. I think I'm going to replace the steering box, so I'm going to have to check and see if it actually comes with a new one. Anyways, this looks really cool. This is like super exciting to see all this new parts bolted all together. Let's take a look, a real close look. Look at that. Man, that's going to look good. What do you think, Ripo? You like it? He's done with me. So I'm waiting on a ball joint socket for this side, and I don't have one. So I figured I'd just go ahead and throw together the spindle. This is the left side. Got the right side still in plastic, and then here is the caliper mounting bracket. This is for the left side. All my hardware new, pretty awesome. And I don't have the ball joint with me, but I'll grab it here in a second. But I figured let's just go ahead and bolt this bracket on and see how it looks. Alright, there it is. Now I'm going to go grab my ball joint bolted on too. Okay, here is our ball joint for the lower side. Make sure you keep up with your cotter pin. I have a place I've been putting on mine, and it should just, look at this picture, it should just go like this. Just like that. Just chilling out there, but you get the idea. I'll just bring it closer to you so you can see it, but that's the not so assembled spindle. So your caliper will mount here, which I won't bolt yet until it's actually on the car. And then here's your little ball joint, which attaches to that tie rod you saw me take off earlier, and then it turns. That's how it works. So I cleaned up this control arm, and unfortunately I did not notice that there's a crack right here. It split where the bushing was, and the crack just kind of rolls around this bottom lip. So rather than trying to just weld this one or something and fixing it, I just bought 2 brand new control arms. They'll be here Friday, so I'm going to just tear down the passenger side of the suspension, and then I'm thinking about dropping the cross member itself and then building up everything on it. And I don't know if I'll put it back in first, but the reason I'll do that is so I can really clean up and everything in there, because there's a lot of stuff that I can't get to. Then I can clean up the cross member, paint it, and then get all my pieces the way that I want them, then put everything back together. But yeah, unfortunately, this one's junk. So as you saw, there is this side of the suspension completely torn down. Now I'm going to work on the other side like I just said, and see all this stuff right here that I couldn't get with the pressure washer. That's because, like I mentioned in the last video, the power steering pump or the steering box itself were leaking, and it caused it to just really pack up in here behind the suspension. The other side is nowhere near as bad. It's just a little bit dirty, but it's like not caked up or anything. So that's another reason I want to drop the cross member. That way I can really clean in here and make it look at least semi-decent, so it doesn't look like this nasty stuff right here. Yeah, I don't want that everywhere. So I'm going to tear down the other side and then see what we got. So as I mentioned, I had to order some new control arms, and they won't be here for the next few days. So what I'm going to do is finish up tearing down the passenger side suspension, and then I'll just do that off camera. That way I don't bore you guys to death with just tearing apart suspension. Next video, we'll start reassembling like we did with those spindles and the lower ball joints and everything with the disc brake conversion. We'll start throwing all that together and seeing what we have. But anyways, I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you guys being here. If you liked the video, leave a like down below. If you have a question for me, leave a comment. Feel free to send me an email. Also, send me your projects to the same email. Order your t-shirts and your stickers, guys. Thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next one.